in general, like, all the chat on Twitch is just not good from what I've seen in big events.
Last time I streamed on there, what is the name of this, the terrible demon skull guy bush? What?
Oh, The Curse of Monkey Island. I have not played this game.
Oh, I have not played it either.
I know it's
Wait, it starts in an hour. What the?
What? Oh, well.
That is insane. I thought it was gonna start at 8 o'clock. That's what.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'm looking at. It says PC Game Mission starts in an hour. That's.
Xenonauts. I think I've heard of this.
Yeah.
I've heard of Xenonauts.
So I guess it's gonna do a bunch of.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
So, what do you think? Show off here? I mean, maybe they're gonna show off new PCs.
Probably a bunch of hardware. Like because I mean, when it comes to PC gaming, you're not gonna see much different than
it's like the console games put on.
Yeah, like you're gonna see all the games you've been seeing for the last 3 days. So you know, I don't really see
like
what else they're gonna talk about. So it's probably gonna be a lot of Oculus Rift, a lot of.
I'm hoping to see new NVIDIA graphics cards and stuff like that. NVIDIA's a really good brand.
They're probably going to show off like $2,000 hardware, and everybody going to be like in this audience, like, I can't afford none of that.
Maybe like a new Titan GPU or something. I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
The Titan GPUs are so expensive, but they're so good. I'm actually building a PC with Joe sometime this month.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, because Joe knows a lot about that stuff, so I'm hoping I can get a decent PC.
Cool.
Building it sounds fun, though, too, because you get to learn a lot about the inner workings of the PC.
Yeah, I built my current PC, and the one I'm currently streaming off of right now.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's a lot of fun to do that sort of thing, and you can never really get enough. Like because once you start doing all that together, it's what's the proper term I should say? Yeah, I guess it's a bit of addicting.
Wait, how do I know every dev at Chucklefish?
Employee at Chucklefish?
Yeah, I'm here.
I have no idea.
I own Starbound. It's a really great game. It's a lot like Terraria, if you like that sort of game. It's like Terraria, but it's on Mac, and it's more in space, randomly generated. There's like infinite amounts of planets. There's a lot of like quests and stuff. It's quite a good game.
Yeah, I do not know that game.
I'm not big on sandbox games anymore, though.
Which one?
I'm not big on like sandbox games anymore. I like kind of story-based ones now.
Yeah, like sandbox games are, and can be cool, but I definitely get what you're saying. Like it's like either works or it doesn't, or kind of. You know what it is? It's the time.
Yeah.
Do I have
sandbox
enough time?
Games? They're fun, but they're really, really time-consuming and grindy at some points. Like, you have to grind these resources, and yeah.
What's this one? What's fictitious name did? PS2's
Rum and Cola, Lost and Found. Oh, Rum and Cola. Oh my gosh, the chat is even more of a mess.
You know what I really like about Expert Broadcaster? Like, what I'm using to stream is like it allows me to just get the URL from the stream I'm trying to just put out there.
Ah,
and then that will just do its thing there.
cool. I like OBS because I can kind of just I go to Twitch, look at it, and just get the URL from there. But I like how you can use stream keys. I actually didn't know about stream keys.
Yeah, stream keys are. They used to. YouTube used to have a stream key. Now they don't really have one. You kind of have to like go through this convoluted. Like when you set up like a live thing, you click on it and then you put this whole like it's a bunch of different links and stuff you have to put in. And you gotta know how to put them in properly or it won't work or whatever. But most streaming applications like OBS or XSplit Broadcaster, they have like stuff built in, so you just have to just copy what you see there and put it there, you know?
Yeah. So what's different with XSplit? What does it just have a kind of a fancier UI, better, easier to use?
It is a lot fancier, and it also gives you total control over how you present your stuff as well.
Nice.
Another part of it too is that the stream that you're seeing, like I took the URL from that, and that became the stream itself.
Ah.
And I'm able to like, it's almost like having a window within a window, and then I can control certain things. I'm not gonna lie, like it doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
But I got it to set up and everything like that. Because the only thing I wish I could change is the I wish I could change the whatchamacallit. The broadcast quality for Twitch. You know how you can just like ramp it up to like, you know, their source or whatever.
Yeah.
But their stream itself is not really all that great. But also it has transitions. So I'm gonna transition to the full screen version of one of the scenes. Of one of the scenes. Because I can actually preview the scene that I want to transition to. So that I make sure I have everything all set up and ready to go.
We were always told it might come to this.
What's this little graphic in the background? Where'd you get that? This little fancy graphic in the background. I like that.
Oh, I made that.
Cool. How did you make that?
That's the After Effects.
If we don't fight
Cool.
for today.
It looks to me it looked like something you could make in like Blender or something. I've never used After Effects, but I'm very interested in it.
You can probably make it in Blender. The effect that what you're seeing is something called it's I'm hearing double everything right now.
Oh no.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I am trying to turn that up right now. I'm hearing it, but I hope it's not going out in the stream. I don't think it's going out in the stream.
Once when I was messing with OBS, yeah, it's only for you because it's just your headphones doing that because it hears both things.
Yeah.
So it's in this thing like that. But once when I was messing around with OBS, looking at the stream on there, I turned up the Twitch thing, and I had it so it would play the game audio in there.
Oh, yeah.
And it ended up with this feedback loop. It kept recording and playing back itself until it just layered that sound like 3 times, and it was really weird.
Yeah, you do when it comes to that sort of thing, like it's a lot of messing around trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing I really like about it. Like I can click on a scene, like if I right click on a scene or left click on a scene, right click on a scene, I can preview it before I actually switch over. You know, add all my content, and then I switch it, and it has a little transition. I can pick a few, and which is really cool, so that so I can present really nicely once it starts.
It looks pretty nice. This stream looks actually quite smooth compared to the last time.
Yeah,
streaming.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with OBS that night, and but you know what? Honestly, the stream really depends on your connection at like wherever you're streaming from. Like, so I'm streaming from my house. Everything's hardwired here, so
yeah,
it should give you a pretty smooth transition. But like I kept on messing around with like 60 frames per second, and because that little stuff that you see floating around in the background, that's running at 30 frames per second, and that's the only thing that's actually moving right now besides the stream itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I created that in After Effects. I believe you can create this in Blender. Cause that effect is known as something called plexus, and you can manipulate it to do a few things.
Yeah, I could probably just like black specks, particle effects. These could just be planes with different materials moving around, transparent.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot harder, but it'd be decent.
And from what I gather here too, it's like you can add all this extra stuff. Like if you know a little bit of coding,
Yeah.
you can go in and just mess around with a few of the stuff that is going on there. I want to try something here. Let's see. Because I have VLC and
VLC.
yeah, Video LAN player. I think it's something like that. But it's this really awesome video playback device software. It plays anything.
Yeah, it plays so many different file types. Usually when I get a weird file type, because I use a Mac, I don't know if VLC is on Mac, but I think it is, but I use QuickTime currently, but every time I get a weird file type, I go into Handbrake, and I just convert it.
Yeah, Handbrake is really good for that stuff. Handbrake helped me out a few times with editing some videos for Geeks
Yeah.
Lives.
Handbrake is nice because you can convert things. The deal with converting it, though, is it increases the file size if you convert it to MP4, like, by a lot.
Yeah.
Unless
no
you
problem.
compress it. Unless you compress it, which gives you, like, a really weird JPEG effect. There's actually a site called Needs More JPEG that I found, where if you upload an image, it just downgrades the quality so badly that it's fuzzy and horrible, and it's just painful to look at. needsmorejpeg.com.
Sorry that I'm eating on stream, but I'm hungry, and this starts in 47 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
We have 3 viewers, and I'm guessing one of them is me and you, and there's one other person watching.
Yeah. And they're probably like, what the fuck is this?
What's happening? Why are these people just talking for no reason?
I'm like, listen, I'm not the one. Like,
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with me. They said according to the E3 schedule, it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hold on, I think there's a. Let me see here. This probably is probably gonna mess with my stream a bit. Man, I don't want to. Let me just open it up on my iPad actually. Let's see here. Let's do a quick Google search. They laid out all the times on E3 2015 stuff. Oh, did you see Kingdom Hearts?
I didn't see Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer came out. They say it's now in development, and that's
Finally, a new Kingdom Hearts game. Like, my cousin loved Kingdom Hearts for the 3DS. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts, actually.
I've played the first 2 on console to death. I love them. I've been waiting for part 3 for a very long time.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, I have the time schedules here. So according to this PC Gaming Show, will start at today, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and 1 a.m. BST, whatever that is, and 10 a.m. AET. So my time, it is now 8:15, so this is gonna start at 9 o'clock. Maybe I should just run and like put stuff in the laundry or something.
I wonder, can you play GIFs on XSplit? Can you stream GIFs? That'd be weird.
I believe you could do it, and I'm not sure how well it would look, but
Yeah.
GIF is a bit of a video file.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here.
It's like sort of what you get when you take the raw frames
Yeah.
of something. Like if you were looking at it in After Effects, you'd see the raw keyframes. In this, it's like when you open up a GIF file, you see the frames. It's more like unfinished than a video, but I'm looking at like these really interesting GIFs right now. They're all so weird, like.
Oh, are you still looking at the chat?
Let me see. Chat for which video?
Oh, I thought you were looking at the Twitch chat.
Oh yeah. Well, Twitch chat is. Okay, now everyone's just repeating the letter D. I'm not even joking. The entire chat is just filled with the letter D lowercase.
Oh, okay.
And uppercase. That's all it is. It's just people repeating the letter D. I don't know what it means or when or who started that, but yeah. Which is
the mysteries of Twitch.
The mysteries of the Twitch chat are like hard to understand. You really have to just keep up with the chat.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Nope, that ain't gonna work. I was trying to do something fancy, but it's not gonna work. Let's see here, 9 p.m. Responding to people. What is vast hairline? Oh, hairstyle, sorry. I can't read today, apparently.
What?
I don't know, they're asking, like, what is somebody's hairstyle?
Oh, I think it's it's Mohawk. Yeah, it's Mohawk, I remember. If I remember correctly from Far Cry 3. Yeah, Mohawk. Well, I don't really know what to do right now since we're basically just waiting for this.
We're just waiting, yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch this to full screen, and I mean they can still hear us.
Yeah.
When we come back into the room, and I am going to go and do some laundry.
Yeah. I actually need to get dinner also.
Yeah. So hopefully we come back like, oh shit, it started. So
yeah.
I'm gonna switch over to full screen mode, and those of you who are watching, I guess come back in about 41 minutes, and we'll get started. So I will leave the stream up.
So
yeah.
See you in 40 minutes, one guy that is watching.
The one person, yeah. We love you though. We love you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
We'll be back.
We ever knew.
All right.
Could end. We are the division. There cannot be any hope for tomorrow if we don't fight for today.
Available March 8th, 2016. Product not yet rated.
Hello, back on stream. Hey. Is your mic muted?
There you go. There's my mic.
Hey.
Yeah, for some reason it was turned off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
happened.
they're making it seem like the music, this video is put together a computer is hilarious.
Yeah. Wait, what is that Mountain Dew they were pouring in there? I don't
Yeah, that was Mountain Dew.
Oh my gosh, no. Not the Mountain Dew and Doritos. Oh.
I don't know what's going on with their audio, but it sounds kind of crappy.
Yeah, their audio is kind of bad right now. I like the super epic music going on as people play games like Papers, Please and Faster Than Light. Everyone's spamming Half-Life 3. Oh, is that Minesweeper? Okay. Minesweeper is the least epic game they've shown so far.
The music is perfect though for people who
I know.
love PC gaming.
Yeah, all of these games.
I've played a few of these games.
Yeah, I've played like War Thunder. I've played Stanley Parable. That's one of my favorite games. PC gamer.
Really?
Okay, Minecraft. Oh, now everyone's spamming Isaac from Binding of Isaac in the chat. That's great.
You're awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Are they gonna
the PC Gaming Show!
fix their audio?
Yes!
Wow, this stage looks really tiny.
All right.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
I
Hello,
have
everyone on the internet.
okay.
Thank you
I was
for tuning
browsing
in.
Reddit
As
and
you
I
can
saw
tell,
the
I'm extremely
saddest
excited to
E3
be here
moment ever.
because PC
I'm
is an amazing platform. It's an open platform. We've been seeing increasing advances in technology, better and better tools.
I don't believe it. This is what
We
they
have
took an
this
hour to set
amazing,
up.
diverse range of creative experiences.
I don't know, man. It
all
seems like you
realized
just
on the
kind of
PC.
move a bunch of carts
We
in here. That's
invited
basically
a huge
it.
number of guests today, and
Yeah.
none of them said no.
I
So we have
mean,
a packed
screens-
schedule. Like,
It's
look at how many
interesting
cards I
looking,
have.
but
We're gonna go through all of them,
Yeah.
starting
kinda
right
don't
now.
care.
So without any further ado,
He looks
yeah, I
like
that.
with
Woo!
those
Right
that stuff
back
in
at
the
you.
background. He looks like
Without any further
Godzilla
ado,
trampling
let's welcome
over a
our
city
first
of
guest.
computer
He works
stuff.
on a game
Pretty
called
much, yeah.
Killing Floor 2.
Oh, we should let people
It's
know
John
who are
Gibson
watching
from
that
Tripwire
if you're
Interactive.
expecting to hear the stream uninterrupted, this is not the show for you. I would advise you to go over
John.
to twitch.com and find the stream.
Join me on this
there,
unusually
find
large
their stream
sofa.
and watch that
I'll just
on your own.
That's right. If
Yeah.
you want to tell me about any of your problems,
Or
I'm
take
gonna
this
have to wait till
audio,
after the show. Okay.
Open up a
'Cause I
tab
wanna
with the
talk
PC
about
Gamer
Killing
Twitch
Floor
on it
2, of course,
and
episode
watch
4-1.
that as you listen to
Very
us chat.
unique
That's what I'm
concept, very
doing.
unique gameplay style. And now you're working on the sequel. What does it mean
Live
to
and
expand upon
sacrifice
that
like a
original
shirt.
gameplay?
So for us, one of the most important things was Killing Floor 1 had this really fun core gameplay loop. So really what we wanted to make sure to do was
Oh
not
yes,
screw
Killing
that up.
Floor.
I mean, that is so important. We in the past, we've done sequels.
I've never
and we
played
kinda
Killing Floor. I've
departed
been
from that
interested
core
in getting
gameplay,
it,
and the
but I
fans,
just
they weren't too happy about that. So
I-
this time, don't screw
Killing
that
Floor
up.
2
So
looks interesting
we're out on early
purely
access,
because of
and we
its
wanted to get
insane
just that
gore
core
system.
gameplay, super fun, super solid.
It's the most
And then as we go
complicated
through
one
early
they've ever
access, just
made.
keep bolting more new and fun things on top of that.
So you've been in early access for 2 months. How has it
Yeah.
been going?
It's been going really well. I mean, the game's selling great. We're getting a lot of really interesting feedback from our fans. It's also been a big learning experience for us too, though.
I can
because-
imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we discovered really early on was fans had this expectation that it's early access, so that means the full version is going to be done in 2 weeks, right? It just came out.
So you're doing
it's
this
gonna
like a
be done.
have
TV
it, so
show
I'm gonna
host,
have
like
all of
late
it
night.
immediately.
It'll
right?
be done right
Yeah.
away. But in reality,
He
there's a
looks
lot of
sorta like
development to do
Jimmy
to finish the
Fallon,
game.
though, and it's
so what
weird.
we really learned is it was so important to communicate with the players.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a long time to finish the game, so we
Oh
started
my
doing
gosh,
things
the
like
chat.
doing regular updates. We're telling them, this
I
is
just
what
saw
we're
the
working on, here's
weirdest
some
ASCII
pictures.
art. Ever.
They need to see the progress because
Absolutely.
with a game, it's got bugs, and you can't just push it out there.
It has features.
Yeah, features too, of course.
Well, of course, tonight I want to take a look at
Features.
some of those new features that
Bugs
are being
or
added to Killing
features?
Floor 2. Let's take a look.
Your game has features? Wow.
What's one feature? Hard mode or easy mode?
Dang, that is gory.
Yeah.
That's like Mortal Kombat levels of gory.
Is there like a point to this game besides just shooting everything you see?
It's sort of like a horror survival. You have to survive through hordes of enemies. It's like horde mode, but like multiplayer, and that's all it is. It's really fun though, I've heard.
Oh yeah.
Looks pretty good.
There's a demo of it. I would like to try it out. I mean, I've seen it for years. I just never like. I was just like, okay, what's the point to any of this?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks decent though. It looks like it'd be fun to experiment with and like mess around in. I wonder if you can mod it. That'd be interesting.
Well, I'm sure there's a bunch of mods you can mess around with.
Because if it's anything like Left 4 Dead, then
I've seen this
I want a
video
mod
few
where
times now.
all the
I
zombies
never
are just a
don't
bunch of
laugh because
Teletubbies chasing
the
after
gore
you
and the
like
guts
they have
spraying
in Left 4
everywhere
Dead.
is hilarious.
Because
And I'm
that'd be
saying this is like
amazing.
a pretty big technical innovation for you guys.
Yeah, so it's something we're really excited about. We've been working with a hardware partner on this technology for some time, but it wasn't quite ready for the initial release. And really what it does is, in the past, games have had, they've had rigid body physics, they've had cloth physics, they have soft body physics, but they all had to sort of operate separately. With this new technology, they're all able to interact, operate separately. With this new technology, inside of they're all able to enter fluid, and it all works together. Of course, when you give technology like that to a bunch of twisted people like Tripwire, we're going to make blood and guts, we're going to make bloats explode, and have intestines hanging from lampposts, and bloat vials covering everything, and blood squirting out that'll just run down hills, and the guts can float on top of the blood, and it's just,
I mean, I gotta.
it's video games. It's video games.
Heard a man talk passionately about guts for 90 seconds straight. Now, of course, for me, I have a lot of jump scares when I
so
play Killing
shitty.
Floor, so
Yeah,
of course,
it's
for
a
me,
nice
I
sort
have a
of
lot of
balance.
jump scares.
Yeah.
I mean, when I play
else
Killing
for
Floor, so it's a nice sort of balance.
So one of the things that
I mean, so is my mic,
We're big into
so-
modding. We started out as a mod. We're big into modding. So we really started modding, and we wanted to show them some videos, some of the really cool. Yeah, so we really support modding.
Oh,
We wanted
yeah,
to show
you
them
support
videos,
modding.
some of the really cool. People have already just jumped into our SDK and they're making really neat stuff. We just people have already just jumped into our SDK. The other thing that we wanted to talk about is we've got our incinerate and detonate content. The other thing that we wanted to talk about is we've got our incinerate and detonate as we expand it in early access. Free content. We're going to be adding 50% more content as we expand it in early access. We're going to be adding 50% more content, 2 new perks, even ship the game with. A bunch of new weapons, 2 new maps.
We've got a lot of
We're
new
doing
content.
The
seen.
bunch of new weapons, demolition perk. As you saw, there's a rocket
Content,
launcher in there,
content,
demolition
more
demolition
content.
perk. As you saw, gets that rocket launcher in there, that's with the demolition guy, and so Firebug gets that really super excited about that.
Lots and
And
lots
really,
of
one of the
content.
things I didn't mention about early access, we really want to get across is early on, we're working on our stats for our game and everything.
content.
And we're telling people like we might have to reset your player progression. But one thing that we're happy to announce,
Did someone just...
we're open for business. We've tested
Twitch
the game.
chat, man.
We will not reset your stats. It's safe. So come play our game. Come play our game. Do not be afraid.
Whoa.
Gaben or Riot. Oh my
Their-
gosh.
Then their audio just cut out altogether. Well, what's up with that? That is
The
so
Twitch
weird.
chat is like a hive mind, but...
Wow. Twitch streaming sucks. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. For some reason, it just went mute.
PC Gamer is playing E3 2015 on E3 2015.
Okay, now the channel is loading. Yay. Loading video, maybe? Oh, that's why it's switching over to source. That's a good idea, huh?
Oh yeah, source video quality.
And I'm hearing double audio. I don't know what that's all about.
We've got some nice helicopters and stuff going in here.
You may have heard there would be reveals, and we have delivered on that promise within the first 10 minutes of the show.
Rising
So far, so
Storm
good.
2.
Now, our next guest, whom we invited, was unable to make it today, but he has a special recording for us. He works on a game called Star Citizen, and every single time I see it, I get increasingly hyped.
Star Citizen.
Who's the woo guy in the back who's on point? The first woo. Nice work. $84 million in funding, and every time I
God,
see a new clip,
you've heard
I
about
get
Star
re-hyped
Citizen,
all
right?
over again. Let's say hi to the digital form of the CEO of Cloud Imperium Gaming, Chris Roberts.
Welcome to Ealing Studios in London, England. This is unfortunately where I am.
Star Citizen, what's
You
this
guys
game about?
in, Los Angeles. For
I'm
the
pretty
inaugural
much,
PC gaming press conference. I wish I could
guess
be
the
with you
best way to
guys.
describe it is
I'm
like,
so happy that we're actually having a dedicated
gonna
press
turn this
conference
down to
for
medium.
PC games, and they're getting the appreciation.
I'm out of the
attention
loop
they
on
show
this game.
at,
it's like this
E3 and
really
other,
ultra
gaming
realistic
conventions, and
intergalactic
I'm having a lot of fun
simulator
here
game.
in London, England, and we're doing
Oh.
amazing things with
The
both Star Citizen
funding
and
behind
Squadron
it has
42.
been
We're really
kinda
trying to push
ridiculous 'cause,
storytelling and the
It's a
fidelity
Kickstarter
of
essentially.
performance
and
capture, motion
it got,
capture, how you relate
it got
to
all this,
characters in a game, and that's only possible on PCs
crazy,
with the power of the
crazy
platform,
funding. It's like
with what
84
we can do
million
in
so
terms
far,
of,
just from like
facial
crowdsourcing.
animation and
I
what we
mean,
can do in
Wow.
terms of character
you know,
animation,
but
what we can
I
do
mean,
in
it's
terms of building
compared
a
to like
visceral,
other
detailed world. So I
like
wouldn't be here
other-
doing it
what do you
without
call it,
everyone out
other,
there that are PC gamers. We're building literally a game that has a budget
what
rivaling
you call it?
any
Like
of the
compared
big
to other,
studio publisher games out there.
games that has
And
been
that's
made
done
and stuff like that,
entirely from
it's crazy
a grassroots
expensive,
level
you know?
at the PC game
I
level.
mean, like it's actually not
It's not
that
financed
much
by some big
money
corporation.
they've
It's not
made,
financed by
like
some
compared
big
to like some
investor.
really big
It's
budget
financed
games.
by all you out there, and that
That's
just
take like who
speaks
knows,
to
like,
the
made,
power
like,
of
what, $300
PC
million to
gamers
create a
and
game or whatever.
what they
Yeah,
wanna
like
see,
500
the fidelity,
million
the
was
quality of
what
they wanna
one
see,
game
and
took.
the passion of what they
Right,
see. So
and they
I'd
only
like to
have
say
like
thank you.
84 million. I mean,
next year
it's-
I will be at the
it's not
PC
bad.
conference.
If it was
Yeah.
$800 million, then
Looking
I'd
forward
be
to
like,
seeing what other
whoa,
stuff
what is
gets
going
unveiled
on?
at the conference.
But the crazy
And
part
I'm
is
looking
people
forward
have
to showing
been,
you stuff,
they pretty much
from
bought
Squadron
into like
42
a
and
bunch of
Star
different levels, and
Citizen.
they just keep adding
As
levels
we
to the
develop
game.
it. And
it's extremely
thank you for
ambitious.
listening.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem with it is like you get to buy certain assets.
Like I said, I get
before you
rehyped
even play
every
the game.
single
So you
time.
can spend
And
a lot
as
of
we
money
have so many
on
developers here
spacecrafts
with
and
us
stuff
today,
that
we
you can
do
only
have
view in this like
technologists to talk
demo,
about what it's like to develop
you can't
the things
play,
on
you can't
which
use
games
them.
are built.
Mm.
So please join me in welcoming the chief gaming scientist
face
of
rig.
AMD, Richard Huddy.
I heard about Face Rig. It's a really, really cool
You
thing.
bear gifts. I
Face
bring
rigging?
gifts. Absolutely.
Face
we got
rig.
a briefcase. We got graphics
Oh, like
card.
V-
Thank you so much for coming out.
like VR
Everything
shit.
one could possibly
It's not a
want in the world.
VR, it's like
Please
it
join me
takes your
once again
webcam,
and
it tracks
explain
your
right
face, and
away
it
what
animates
on
that
earth a chief
onto
gaming scientist
like
is.
armatures
Chief
of
gaming
characters,
scientist,
so it
apart from being a
shows,
complete mystery
it
to me,
copies your movements.
and to most people,
okay, cool.
it's a communications role within AMD. I talk to games developers. I ask them what it is that they're trying to develop. Ask them why they're trying to do it, where they want to be in 2, 3, 5 years' time, maybe even further out than that. And I talk to them about
Why
the kind
does
of
the
stuff that
audio
we're
sound
building,
so
why we're
shitty?
building the GPUs the way we're doing it. It's all
Yeah.
I don't know.
private
Bad
NDA
mics, good
discussion, and
cameras.
I get shot if I talk about it in too much detail.
Except here.
It's nothing to do with us, I'm pretty sure.
Just
between you
I'm
and
gonna
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
let's see if
keep
I
it
can
friends,
find
keep
the
it secret.
stream.
There's an audience out there.
Yeah.
You're trying to trick me. I know.
That's why we have the bright lights. It's to confuse you and blind you.
And confused I am.
It's crazy.
As is usually the case.
If you go on the
But
Twitch
second
app
role
and
is
you
actually
look
a
at
much more
just click
public
E3,
communications
there's
role,
like
where I
7
talk
different
about some of the cool
channels
stuff that we
streaming
do,
the
why we
same
do it,
stuff.
and how do I
Yeah.
understand it in the context of an evolving
It's
industry.
not bad.
Well, one of the first things I
Not
want to ask
bad.
is, for a long time it was all about increasing the number of polygons.
Maybe we should have
out there,
streamed
but
the Twitch stream to
after
our
a while,
Twitch
there's
on
only
Geeks
so
with Wives.
much more that can do. Given that there's so many
A
different
Twitch
challenges
stream
that
of a
PC
Twitch
gamers
stream, and then
tackle
I'll
nowadays
stream
they
that
don't
Twitch
have.
stream.
Yep.
How does
Yeah.
AMD approach it?
Well, it gets you a long way. When
Kinda
you start
meta.
with Lara Croft having 300 or 400 polygons and you get excited
Make
about
it
that,
the
have to say when
get
you get
it
to a million or 5
streaming
million,
of
that's a pretty
streams
cool
so
place to
much
be.
that
But there is a
eventually the
lot more to it
quality
than
just
that, it's true.
degrades into something
So
terrible.
Just this morning, we introduced a new range of graphics cards. We were pretty pleased to be able to do that. The Radeon R7 300 and the Radeon R9 300 graphics cards. These have some pretty cool. Oh, there we are. Look, we've got a graphics card or two on the screen. These have some pretty cool features, both
Radeon
for esports
R9
gamers,
390.
where you can really up the quality of
AMD.
the gaming experience
They're pretty.
on a pretty reasonable budget. You know, the
Yeah.
kind of 110, 140 bucks
Absolutely.
card.
AMD is.
Right up to high-end
I've heard it's
gaming where we're
decent, but it's
serious
nothing compared to
about a
like
full-on gaming
Nvidia.
experience, and where we
Yeah.
deliver, for
I've heard
example,
Nvidia is a lot better.
Great smooth experience through FreeSync, where there's no
Because
tearing and stuff
AMD
in the
is
monitor.
a lot cheaper
Everything's
for the
smooth.
design. Like my
Again, as someone who
processor
works
is
in,
AMD
web TV, I mean, tearing such a pain in the
3.5
ass to deal
gigahertz,
with.
I think,
And I mean, also
which is
VR
fine
is
to do
another
what I
huge
want to do.
problem that it's
yeah.
really
I may upgrade later and get like
Yeah, I mean,
something
how
a
do
little
you
bit more
tackle that,
beefier.
especially given the fact that
you know.
it's not quite clear where VR fits into the ecosystem yet?
Yeah, VR's a very interesting challenge. It breaks down into two separate areas of problem, I think, that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
One is you need an awful lot of horsepower for a great VR experience. You can deliver a VR experience without so much,
yeah,
but that
shut up,
isn't our
phone.
aspiration. Yeah, we're not into stuff.
I'll be right back.
If you want a great VR experience, you want something
right.
which is, Oculus, for example, are looking for a 90th of a second as the maximum length of time between moving and getting the response back. Well, that needs a pretty powerful graphics card to do anything
Right.
realistic in that time. And it also needs, the other side of it, is a really tuned software stack, a hardware pipeline that can take input super fast and deliver output really extraordinarily quickly. A 90th of a second is a very short period of time.
And you also-
Console gamers would never worry about a 90th of a second.
I freak out if I'm not 144 hertz, man.
Absolutely.
Real pro gamer here, man. So,
All right,
in
so
terms of what's coupled with the hardware,
I just checked
the
their
software,
stream on
DirectX
Twitch,
12,
and
you
I
mentioned before the
think
show that it serves a critical role in this entire
Yeah.
pipeline.
We are,
For some
we are
reason,
big,
like,
big fans of DX12.
what's streaming
yeah,
out
it's
here
a wonderful transition for the industry.
isn't
and
showing
looking
up.
forward to Windows
Like
10
it's
coming
not
along,
working
late July this
properly.
year,
So
I believe it
I
is.
don't know what's that all about. So
DX12 is going to
I'm gonna go
do
straight
what,
to
what
twitch.com
we at AMD
and
have
blow up their
always
video
wanted to be able to do
and
with the
just do
hardware, and that
screen
is deliver the
capture
maximum
and
value
just
that we
stream
can
it and
out
call
of
it
a
a day.
piece of hardware. It's not
All right.
about always shipping
I try
a
to
new
be
piece
all
of hardware
fancy,
because
but,
we
you
can
know,
trick you into paying for it.
not
Actually,
working.
what we'd really
I like
you
how
to do is to
we're
get the
basically
maximum
stealing
value
their
out of it, because
content
you'll come back as a customer who
from,
knows
like,
that we've tried hard for you if we do that.
their streams.
DX12 really rocks when it
Yeah.
comes to doing that. DX12 opens up every CPU core and opens up the possibilities with GPUs to really deliver a fantastic fast throughput experience, a rich
Yeah,
experience.
I mean, is this part of the reason why so often I'll just see 2 cores being used on some of my processes?
So the
Wow,
the
this is-
legacy APIs,
okay, if you're
everything
not
before this
into
has suffered from
PC
the problem. It's been
hardware,
really hard in APIs.
this is
so that
actually pretty
the throughput
boring.
of the system was not bottlenecked
Yeah.
on 1 or 2.
Like I don't
cores.
really see
Typically, you'd
like
have
okay,
one
I
core
get
shouting
it.
at the
I
other.
get what it
That
is.
stuff
a lot of high expectations, and the pressure switched from a different kind of
Yeah,
place.
you can never release a good game and then have a follow-up. That's dangerous. People are going to be excited. So, I mean, how has
Half-Life
the world
3.
changed with Human Revolution?
Well, we're 2 years after Human Revolution, and the last game was all a golden age for augmented people with cybernetic abilities and whatnot. And now, 2 years later, after the events of the last game,
This is
a lot of
terrible.
things change, and now augmented people have been seen as
Yes,
a dangerous
this is-
species in a way, like that they can threaten the order and whatnot. So,
But can you show us some
Exactly,
demos and
exactly.
hardware and
Yeah,
stuff?
they're like, yeah.
And now we live in a world where
Like,
people, augmented
okay,
people are
that's
put in
nice,
ghettos,
bruh.
etc., etc.
Your product
And,
is
Adam
good.
Jensen is back
Yes,
now. He's
I
not
want
working for
gameplay
Cyberpunk
and
Street
demos.
Anymore. Is working
Yeah,
for
we gotta
and then sorry, international counter-terrorist agency, and his goal is to stop the chaos over there. But also he has a double agenda. He's trying to get at the people in the shadows, and he hopes that with this agency he can get through them.
And we got the chance also to talk about what new possibilities were available with the new technology. And we know that bigger and more is not always better. So let's take a look at this.
I think I'm more impressed with the Twitch chat than this chat.
And, you know, having just seen this video, just moments
Dawn
before the
engine.
show
I
began,
wonder what that engine's
I'm
like to
noticing
use.
so many more objects on the screen.
Objects on the screen.
There's
Wow.
Oh boy, look at all that graphics card power it took
That's
to render all those
exactly what the game was
cucumbers.
all about, in a way. Clutter. I think Human Revolution was.
But yeah, that is an impressive rendering, actually. It's got some decent.
And the game is about details.
It's got
about
really
so much
decent
visual
geometry
layering
going on there.
Now,
Why is this so slow?
So, yeah, it looks like they've got some interesting gameplay stuff. A lot of this looks a bit Splinter Cell-y.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, it looks really Splinter Cell.
All right.
I like the third person versus first person thing, though.
Yay.
All the
Third
challenges
person and
we have
first
to keep
person
in
being
mind
able to, like,
that we
switch
don't know
between
what the
those,
player is
pretty
going to
cool.
do. So we do a lot of map reviews,
Okay.
and when we
I don't
play
know
it,
what's
also
going on,
like
but
we're looking at
clearly-
what the possibilities are, and sometimes we're
I thought
okay.
it was
it's
just
cool, like
what I
if
did
you're
earlier.
the stealthy player, but
There's
what
just
about the
something
combat
wrong with
player?
the
And now what's missing and everything.
their
So it's a
phone,
back
when I
and
watch
forth
it,
like that
it plays
that allows us to
flawlessly.
really improve the maps and
My
the
deal with
challenges
this
to make
is-
sure that everybody's going to have
We're-
something.
and
to-
yet
We're
we
like-
always see
Yeah.
players. do
Even
things that
us
we
just
never thought
talking
was
about
possible,
this,
that
what's
we
going
never
on and stuff,
imagined.
it's
Pretty
not
obnoxious
as
in that way, aren't
interesting.
It really isn't.
It
Either
isn't.
way, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out
Pleasure.
to talk
We
about
have
Deus
two
Ex. The
people
footage looks
watching right now
beautiful,
that aren't
Thank you.
and I can't wait to
ours,
get my
and
hands
I
on
don't
it.
know
All right. Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen,
who they are.
I mean, that's fine. Because this, I'm quite honestly, this PC one is boring.
that was close. Hey, that's
I'm a ninja.
thanks so much. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we talked about Deus
It's pretty
Ex,
boring.
known
It-
for being a long-standing
saw,
PC
like,
franchise. We
one
too
demo.
have yet another long-standing franchise
Yeah.
coming up next with its upcoming installment.
And
Hold on, not easy. I like the woo guy over here. The Half-Life 3 guy needs to just hold it.
everybody wants to see Half-Life 3.
Coming up
The
next,
Half-Life 3
we got a
guy.
video
Well,
to talk
there's
a little bit
going
about
to
the
be
history
Half-Life 3 guys
of
in
Total
there.
War.
Maybe they will announce Half-Life 3 this E3. I hope so, because this is still boring.
Extremely boring.
But what's happening right now? Why are they just...
We're seeing something with war and something.
Yeah.
How does my mic sound, by the way?
It sounds like the quality's good, but I think your network connection is the reason it's choppy and glitching out.
Yeah.
It sounds glitchy. Only sometimes, though. It's pretty good now.
Because I keep hearing the... That's all I keep hearing. And I don't know why that is. You hear that, too?
Yeah, I hear that on some audio for you.
That's very disappointing.
Was that a...
Oh, that was a timer.
Oh, I thought it was like a fire alarm that went off in your house or something. They've got a lot of great particle effects and post-process effects in here though, like, it looks so real.
Streaming to like... That's the only thing I hate about Twitch. It's like... when you're trying to like watch a stream, it's usually terrible.
And here to talk about the upcoming Total War Warhammer,
Those
we have
graphics,
Andy
though,
Hall
I just
and
want to
Ian
appreciate
Rothberg from
like
Creative
how
Assembly.
mind-blowingly realistic
Gentlemen,
some of those
of
are.
course, I have to begin by asking why
When
the
in
game
like
isn't called Total Warhammer.
2006, we had
Well, we've got two
like
fantastic
the original
brands there, and
Witcher
they both
got
deserve
released, and its
equal
graphics were
billing,
like
really,
terrible
but, you know,
compared to now.
If you guys want to call it Total War Hammer, then the Chaos Gods aren't going
We
to
did
strike
it!
you
We
down.
have permission, yes! One victory has been achieved thus far. You know, I immediately want to ask
I had to turn
about
off, like, hide their
in
chat,
the
'cause,
videos, and
God,
for anyone who's
it's
played the Total
terrible.
War franchise, it's so much rooted in history. And now you have this fantasy
Yeah, my
setting,
internet
with magic,
connection is sucking for some
races.
reason.
How does that
I'm
allow you
gonna
to play, to create new experiences?
Turn stuff off.
Well, it's brilliant. I
so
mean,
can see it
for years
for
we've
some
wanted
of
to do
the
a fantasy
congestion going on.
game.
I'll be right
and
back.
The opportunity to do this with Games Workshop was just something we had to take. It's just such a rich world full of giant creatures, flying creatures, as you say, magic, heroes that are larger than life and can kill 100 men on a battlefield. And it just enables us to play with that different sort of set of features in a Total War context and do things we've never done before and things that you've never seen in a game before.
Yeah, because man, I immediately heard you brought up the idea of heroes, which is, you know, sort of a core part to Warhammer. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, go on.
Well, I was going to say, you've got your lords and your heroes, pretty much like in the tabletop game. And your lords, they're going to be your army generals, and you're going to have famous people, well, not all people, famous generals like Colfrans and Gringor Hyanide. And then you have your heroes, which are probably going to be a bit like the agents in Total War.
So I just checked out our
things
stream
like witch
on
priests,
the channel.
witch
It
hunters
sounds
even,
just fine.
And warrior priests,
Yeah.
and shamans and wizards.
It sounds
of
just
course.
fine.
And there's a new feature as well, where when you use
They're
the
not
heroes
doing-
in
I
a
guess I'm just
campaign game,
experiencing
if you
just
embed them
really-
in an army and then fight a
there's
battle,
just something going on
they'll
with
be
my
there
audio, so.
in the battle fighting.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know what's
alongside your other
happening
troops.
with
And
all
massively
this
deep
right
skills
now. They're
trees,
not
so
really
deep as they've
unveiling
ever been,
games.
so
They're
you can really get into the
They don't
character
even-
and the narrative
showing off
of these
things that we've already
heroes,
seen.
and that's something that we've never pushed this far in a Total War series before.
It's pretty incredible to see some of the figurines that I recognize. I mean, these are now
yeah.
in the game.
Bring out,
animated, right?
bring out my
yeah,
PC
I mean, for me
hardware.
as
I
a
just, I
lifelong
want to see
Warhammer fan,
some new hardware, and I
Carl
want to
Franz,
see it
for
in
instance, It's a
action.
miniature
Yeah,
I
pretty
own.
much,
It's a
like-
miniature I've painted.
Yeah.
Seriously,
To
man.
see him then animated and talking
In video, where are
rousing
you?
his men. It's
waited
a
an
Warhammer
hour for this
fan's dream, though.
nonsense?
I think this is the Warhammer game everyone's been waiting for.
I'm very excited to see the way that you marry the epic scale of Total War with the miniature feel of Warhammer.
Like
Guys, thanks so
this
much for coming
chat
out
is
to talk.
cringeworthy for me, and the people watching this podcast
Yes.
are probably cringing because we're not talking about anything that's going on. Just
Now, we've just gotten the chance to talk
It's
to people
not-
on Deus Ex and Total War.
It's not.
This
And
is
these are, of course, some names
They're
that I'm
not
sure no one
showing
is
any,
surprised
like,
to see here
okay,
today.
it's not really exclusives.
But
or
our
whatever.
upcoming
I wish
guest
you
is
would
one
bring
that
out
I
some
was
of the
very
VR stuff,
surprised to
bring
see on
out
the dock and
Oculus
very
stuff.
excited to hear.
You
what he
know,
has
or
in
bring
store.
out
The head of
something from
Xbox from
HTC.
Microsoft, Phil
yeah, I want to
Spencer.
see some new Oculus builds. I want to see if that they've
Yes.
improved much
The
of
head
that.
okay, so now they have
Phil,
Microsoft. Xbox
welcome.
is out there
Nice to
now.
meet you.
Welcome to the PC Gaming
That's
Show.
right.
Did he just say that's right?
Phil, welcome to the PC Gaming Show, where we talk about PCs. So, Phil,
Oh boy.
I would be
Welcome to the
thrilled
PC
for you
Gaming
to tell me a
Show,
little
where we
bit
talk
what
about PC
Microsoft is
gaming.
here for.
Okay.
Yeah, you know this. Well, first, I just want to say I think it's great that there's a PC gaming conference press event here at E3. I think that's fantastic. When we had the opportunity to when we had the opportunity to get involved with this,
I like
and,
how
help
you
put it
can
on,
hear the
it was
people
a great
shouting
opportunity,
and
and I
stuff.
definitely wanted to jump at it, and I wanted to have the opportunity to come on stage because it's. There have been times in our
Maybe
past
somebody called him
where
a filthy
Microsoft
casual
maybe has lost our way
since
with
he's like a
PC
console
gaming.
guy.
And as a
Filthy
person now
casual.
who runs gaming for
Yeah,
Microsoft,
that's like PC
Windows
lovers.
and
They're
what
like
people have done on
filthy,
PC
Yeah.
is
you
critical
filthy
to our, both
console
our
players.
success and critical
It's
to Windows success.
You
so
filthy
getting the opportunity to
casual
come here and
PC
talk
master
directly with,
race.
fans and the press and be in the event
PC
was
master
something
race,
I look
great.
forward
That's
to. So it's great
basically
to be
what's
here.
happened.
Yeah,
That's
I'm so glad
basically
to
the
have you. I mean,
Twitch
tell us a little bit
chat
about
summed up.
Your plans for the PC.
Yeah, you know, we have Windows 10 obviously coming out in July. One of the early moves was to make the free upgrade for people really we thought about that from a developer standpoint, that as developers look at
Okay,
a common
Windows
ecosystem
10.
with
I
everybody on
want it
as
to
much as
be
we can,
as
one version
I
of
want them
Windows,
to
it just
fix
makes it
everything
easier,
they
as
screwed up
people are
with
developing
Windows 8
games.
because
So
Windows 8
allowing
was
for free
not
upgrades in the
good.
first year so that people, their test matrix, our test matrix just gets easier, that was a good win. Building DirectX 12 and make it common across our platform so that if you're working on DirectX 12, Xbox Live, so if you're interested in writing to Xbox Live, the same API set, the same service, just trying to make it easier for developers as they're developing Windows games.
So is the goal to have a wide variety of cross-platform titles, both on the Xbox One and on the PC?
You know, for me, games, I think there are a lot of opportunities for cross-platform, but I also think there are games that exist on a television, and there's games that exist PC and or keyboard and mouse on a PC. And it's not our job to dictate where games are developed or the kind of games that developers want to build. But giving developers the options, the opportunity, creating the widest canvas we can for creativity is what I've seen in my time in the gaming space leads to the best games. And that's why I think we're all here.
Well, you now have the chance.
Everyone's ranting in the chat about Linux and
gamers can get
Macs.
excited about.
Yeah, there's been a lot of push for us to do more.
To the stage to talk about the titles that they are working on. So without any further ado, oh God, I'm so excited about these two in particular. Please join me in welcoming David Eckelberry and James Finney from Fable Legends and
Sorry
Gigantic.
about that. For some reason, I disconnected and now I'm back on.
Thank you. Come join me.
Hold on.
Hello, welcome. Welcome. You are not allowed to begin speaking without a formal
Can you hear me?
handshake.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, now that that's out of the way.
Hold on. My
David.
phone was
All right, we got these
this is all the
guys.
footage. We're just going to
Yeah,
go
it's
straight
gotta
into it
be
right now.
excited.
This is footage from
Hold on, I'm
Fable
gonna make a real
Legends.
quick phone call.
It's
on the air.
beautiful. I
right,
want to
turn
know
my
about
mic.
it.
All right.
Tell me about what we're seeing.
Well,
so this is a premiere video that we brought for you today. What we're looking at is the diverse set of environments that we're going to just show off, right? The great thing about Fable Legends, it's a game that you can play on your Xbox One. It's a game you can play on a Windows 10 PC.
we have
and
no
what we're really
viewers.
getting to build right now as we prepare to release the game later this year is an incredibly cool story-based world that you can spend time in with lots of different heroes, cool characters, more than 24 different creatures to fight against. And all of those options will be there regardless of platform you or your friends are playing on. Because that way, you can play cross-platform, just like you said.
And I immediately want to ask about the way that you are able to use the DirectX 12 technology. We talked about how more isn't necessarily better. How do you use that computing power to realize this vision?
Basically, what it gives us the power to do is to put more beautiful pixels in a smaller space, right? Fundamentally, Fable Legends is about drawing this beautiful world that we never got to see before. We're going back to Albion, a really beloved place, but we can do it with, a level of graphics on both platforms that our fans have always wanted us to deliver, cutting-edge technology right at the forefront.
Now, I want to shift a little bit over to some of the gameplay choices you've made. I understand that Fable Legends is a free-to-play game. And, there's always some of that dangerous stigma that people have associated with that. Walk me through the choice around the business model.
I think, we thought about it's a new kind of game that we were building in Fable Legends. And we really wanted the opportunity for everyone to play it and make their own decision on it. It's a different kind of game. It's not exactly like Fable 1, 2, and 3. It has the opportunity for multiplayer, has this new villain that can play and play oppositionally. And I think that meant for us that the only way for our fans to find out if they were going to love Fable Legends was simply to play it. When we talked about it a lot, that just meant that we wanted to put it in their hands and let them take a shot.
And how does this allow you to do an extended long-term development for Fable Legends?
We're going to plan for years of content, continue to make new characters, new quests, and things like that. And there had to be some way that we could deliver that to the user. It couldn't just be a $60 box or, subscription.
Some people who are unfamiliar with Gigantic has a pretty unusual core gameplay to it.
Yeah.
All right, what did I miss?
So,
Anything
as
important?
the name implies, it centers around these.
They haven't released much
5
of
on 5
anything,
PvP,
actually.
Played on Windows 10.
So
played on
far,
Xbox
they're
One.
just talking
And,
about
each team
Windows
consists of
10
5 unique heroes, but they also have
things
this
like
guardian,
that.
AI controlled, and is the objective in the game.
Okay.
So you've got your guardian, the enemy team has theirs, and whichever guardian.
my sound
dies,
sounds a lot
their
better.
team, loses.
And I
But
know
the
that
stream
one
is
of the
still
core
shitty.
elements to the gameplay is that it's a mix of a shooter and a MOBA. How do you merge those two together for the hero creation?
It's actually been
shooter
pretty,
and a
fluid
MOBA?
and really fun for us from a development standpoint.
Is this
so, you know, as we look at these different heroes, what
I'm
we're trying
definitely
to do
not playing
is
that,
just,
actually.
you know, we started with the basis of shooter
really
controls, and we wanted
hate
to draw
MOBAs.
on,
I don't know
MOBAs
why.
and, strategy games and look at
I've
ways
honestly
to make it a
tried
really,
to like
compelling,
games like
strategic,
Dota
back
and League of
forth.
Legends and stuff, but I can't get into it. I just don't
gives
like
us a
them.
chance to create a character that works for people who have different skill set as players or like a different play style. So some of these guys really require some twitch aiming. Some of them don't. Some of them are more kind of action brawler.
Why would
some
they?
of them use
I don't understand
more
this. Why would that PC
sophisticated skill
manufacturer
interaction
or
and
like
more for kind
anything
of
like that would
RPG
set this
players.
sort of thing up?
Well, I know that a lot of
not hire
MOBAs,
people
the
to do a
heroes are
proper
very
stream.
statistical based. You know, if you're a DPS, if you're a
Yeah.
tank, it's defined by those numbers. But in a shooter, so much of what seems like would define a character's strength would be the player's ability to aim. How do you balance those two?
You know, we assume that you're good at the character depending on what the character calls for, and some of them
that's the bold move.
some of them don't call for as much aiming skill. Some of them are much more about tactical thinking, positional thinking. So there's a character, Griselma, that summons these portal creatures, and so she's not really doing the combat herself, but she's got to think strategically about how she places things. Some of the characters, a melee character, it's more about, you know, when you're going to get in there and mix it up versus when you need to hang back.
And I mean, I know that there's a lot of very unusual hero design in the game. What are some of the ones that you're particularly excited about?
Oh man, all of them are a lot of fun. You know,
I think you don't get to say that answer. You have to get some really cool ones. Yeah.
Understand a lot of things.
We've actually
that's
had a lot
going
of fun
on right
with the
now.
team just
I get this. This
letting
actually
people,
sounds interesting. A shooter MOBA.
Put their creative vision
I
into
probably,
it. So you know, each character
I probably would actually
different
like this
influences
because
from different team members.
shooters are pretty fun for
Vadasi
me.
is one of the characters that I've always really liked playing. She's got 4 arms. She's a character that can run around and heal, sort of uses a beam skill to heal, but she can also hurt enemies. And with all the characters, during the course of a battle, you get to pick upgrades as you go. And those upgrades are branching upgrades on each skill that can make the character play in very different ways. So you can build Vadasi to be sort of the ultimate healer, or you can actually build her to do some real damage too.
Well, like I said, I've been following development of your games for quite some time. Very excited to see the full product soon. I understand, according to the screen, that the
Closed
beta is
beta,
in August.
nice.
Yeah, we're moving along. That's going to be closed beta, though we're
Closed.
going to try to let a pretty good number of
Trying to
people
make it
in,
all seem
and then look for open beta later this year.
Yeah, closed
Gentlemen, thank
betas
you
are
so
how you
much for
get
coming
hyped
out
for your game.
once again.
It's how you get a lot of hype.
Dave
going.
Finney.
Hey, thanks a lot.
David Eckelberry, James Finney.
Good job.
Now, Phil, we do have one more guest.
We do.
Quite a surprise. Very excited to bring out the studio head of the Coalition, Rod Ferguson. Yes, welcome. No, Phil, I guess, just gets to oversee everything from the far chair. Hey, Phil. Hi. Yeah, if you
Rod
want to
needs
sit.
his space. He needs his space.
So, Rod, I'm going to leave this relatively open-ended. Tell us what brings you to the PC Gaming Show.
This whole thing is awkward.
I may be announcing that
Yay,
Gears of War Ultimate
PC
Edition is coming to
for
PC.
something.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the Gears of War Ultimate Edition video. Talk a little bit about what we're going to see.
Well, I mean, Gears of War is basically the first at its best. It's been rebuilt, remastered from the ground up. And on the console, it's 1080p, but on PC, it's 4K resolution support, unlimited refresh rate, DX12. You know, we support mouse and keyboard. We even support the wireless.
They should stop streaming
wireless
stuff.
controller.
This
So
sucks.
there's going to be a lot of great, you know, sort of
All
visual
right.
meat there for the PC.
Yeah, the stream is
here's-
really
And
bad.
what about some of the gameplay content? I mean, I know that Gears of War came out, gosh, was it 2006?
Yeah, I mean, Gears 1 was 2006, and Gears 1 PC was 2007. And so,
check
yeah,
out
there's
the
been a lot of
streaming,
changes,
yeah,
modernizations. You know, it's one of those things when you have a game like this,
Yeah.
you have to walk this line of nostalgia. It's like, You know, but nostalgia is great, but when you actually go back and look at what you made, you know, 10 years later, it doesn't necessarily hold up, and you have to make it kind of more contemporary.
What were some of those challenges? Like, for instance, if I've played the Gear of War franchise,
so
what's
bored
new
I am.
from the PC perspective?
Wait,
from the PC
why are
perspective,
we
all those things I
streaming
just
again?
round
We
off are
have.
gonna be new for you, but I mean,
are
essentially,
you on the
one of the things we're doing is we're taking
stream
a lot of that PC
page?
content and we're bringing that over to the console so they get to enjoy
Huh?
it. But being
You
able to
on
sort
our
of just
YouTube
expand
stream
on what
page
you
right
have,
now?
No, I'm not.
again, you know, all the different
Oh,
options you
that
can,
means
get
there's
into,
one
but
person watching.
From just an overall
Okay.
game perspective, the difference between the original to
I am
the remastered
so
is
sorry,
just,
one person
we
watching.
built everything from the ground
This
up.
is
You know, we
crazy
started with the core
boring.
simulation, but there's over 3,000 art assets
Go-
fully replaced.
please,
we
just
have 19
go
multiplayer maps. We've got a bunch
Buy
of new
yourself
modes,
Hotline
we looked at
Miami. It's
how do
on
people play
sale
Gears of
for
War
like
multiplayer. We found that
$1.30.
TDM was the best
Just
way to play socially,
just
and
do
Team
that.
Will was the
Let's go
best
do
way to play
something else.
competitively. And so we took those two modes
We're
from
watching
PS3
this
and
to
brought
see
them
if
back
we
to
can
the
have
Ultimate
some
Edition
sort
so that
of-
people can play the way they want to play now.
I don't know,
So
come-
things like that. There's a lot.
Go
so
buy
those speaks
yourself
to walk this
Hotline
line between
Miami,
nostalgia
play it.
and contemporary
It's a short
shooter in
game, and then come
2015.
back when you're
What are some of the other
finished.
features you can take
Yeah.
advantage of
There might
now
be
that's gonna
something
be on
interesting
Windows
then.
10?
Oh, well,
Try it
you know,
out,
the
man.
standard stuff that comes with Windows 10, Xbox Live, Game DVR, like all the things you would expect to be able to take advantage of, Ultimate Edition will.
Well, awesome. Now, of course, are there other things in the future that the PC fans can look forward to from the Gears of War franchise?
Nothing to announce yet, you know, so that'll be something we'll be happy to talk about at a later time.
Okay. Well, great, guys. Thank you so much for coming out, ladies and gentlemen.
This stream went so bad,
Initiative
so fast.
for PC.
I don't know why.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Are we recording this? Is this going to be up on the site?
It's probably going to be on the
Now, of
YouTube
course,
page, but
this
I'll
is a
probably just
moment
delete it afterwards.
that I was asked to do.
I don't think we should.
resisted,
Yeah.
but if you're
I don't
looking for the
know.
one moment
This
when
is
Day 9
not-
sold out, it's right now.
Maybe I
Stay with
should
me.
like turn on chat so people can see what's going on there.
Yeah, just
For any of you who are
show them
familiar
the
with a
Twitch
company
chat.
called
That's
SCS
such an
Software, they make a
entertaining
game
thing.
called Euro Truck Simulator.
There you guys go. Chat.
They are
Oh
expanding
look, if you go to the
west
YouTube
with
page
all
and you
brand
mouse
new
over it,
content,
and you
and
take
I'm
your mouse
thrilled
off
to be
and
able to
on really
present to you
quickly, the icon bounces
American
up and
Truck
down.
Simulator.
Oh, yeah. Really? Truck Simulator?
Oh my gosh, not Euro Truck Simulator.
I don't want
This-
to watch this anymore.
I've seen this game on Steam so much, and I'm kind of angry that it exists, to be honest. Like, you could have made something so interesting. The music makes it perfect. It's not driving, it's trucking. Everyone's flipping out about America in the chat now.
Somebody said something about nipples.
If you want to join in on the drive that I took from San Francisco to LA to be here, you can do it in American Truck Simulator.
No woo for
It was
Google
actually
Maps,
made
okay.
using Google Maps, which is totally sweet.
Okay.
No woo for Google Maps? Thank you.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
that's how I
yes.
found here. Now,
Virtual
one of
reality.
the big elephants in the room in PC gaming right now is virtual reality. Everyone's
Oh,
excited about it.
thank-
We heard
thank
AMD
you
talk about
for
how they're
bringing
developing
that up,
technology
you-
specifically
Yes.
for it.
I hate this guy.
But it's unclear exactly what the killer app is,
Please.
what the killer experience is that
Virtual
will bring
reality.
VR to the forefront. But the man that I'm about to invite onto the stage, he has some ideas with a product called Eve Valkyrie. Let's bring on to the stage Ryan Geddes from CCP.
That's new.
Hey, John. Ryan, hey!
Good to see you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Ryan, right off the bat,
Like, next time, guys,
I
go
dabbled
on
with
YouTube
Oculus a few
and
years
stream it
ago,
there.
and it felt a little awkward to both
I'm gonna check
control the
YouTube real quick to
movement
see if there's
of
like a YouTube
character,
stream of
but then
this.
also be moving my head around to look around.
I don't
What
think
makes,
there is. I tried
in your
to
eyes,
find
Eve
it.
Valkyrie a more compelling natural experience for VR?
Yeah, so with Valkyrie, we are trying to essentially make what is the essence of space combat. So we are putting you right in the cockpit of a Valkyrie fighter in the EVE universe, shooting you out of a tube into space, and basically just surrounding you
Oh
with
my
combat.
gosh,
So
they're
it's,
not showing
people
gameplay
locking
of
onto
it.
you, missiles, machine guns, you're working as a team.
Well.
You're really trying to survive out there in space. So
Now, yeah, and I actually got the chance to try it out last night, and they filmed me.
I actually agree with the Twitch chat for once. It's where's Gaben?
Said in 3 to 4 years or something. So,
and
the last
where's
time I
Rust?
did this, I threw up. So let's see what happens. Holy shit! I have to kill the enemies. Get him! Get him! Kill him! Shoot him! Come here! Kill him!
I'm so glad we don't get to see the gameplay and just get to see some random guy reacting to it.
Yeah. They showed some gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so intense.
Yeah, that's nice. It's like, yeah, we're gonna see
My
his
proudest
reaction,
moment.
and we don't care.
And I mean, I cannot stress how intensive an experience it is to sort of look up.
Oh, somebody is
and just
streaming
see,
it
and then to
on
try
YouTube?
to steer the whole ship. I mean, do you find players?
It's not a bad stream either. I might just switch over to their stream and get rid of Twitch because this is hilarious.
Yeah, I think once you
I'm just gonna
get
check it out real
it's
quick.
fine, and you can play for a long time, just like you would any other competitive shooter. But we find that when people first put on the headset and they get in the cockpit and they're out there in space, they're not looking around them at first because it's not natural to do that. We're used to playing on a 2D plane where the thumbsticks or the mouse and keyboard control.
Oh my gosh.
YouTube, man.
In Valkyrie,
I'm legitimately
you really
getting tired right
situational
now.
awareness by moving your head around at all times, keeping your head
I'm
up,
legitimately getting
up
tired
above
right
you,
now. I seriously
seeing
hope
where
this
your
isn't
teammates are, where the enemies
going to be
are.
on the
Once
YouTube
that
channel
clicks
because
for
no
you,
one.
once you
No one would
get
want to
that,
watch this at
you
all.
really feel like
Yeah.
you're there. And when you take the headset off, it's kind of weird to not be there all of a sudden because that's how immersive it is.
I felt that immediately.
Maybe sit down next time you play instead of standing up, just for safety.
Probably not poorly planned. I mean, how many of these design elements had to be changed for the VR experience when contrasted with this just being like, a 2D monitor space sim?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this game was built completely from the ground up for VR. So
Really?
yeah, it was born on VR. We did not make a game first and roll over. So for us, it was about learning how to make games in VR, which no one's really done before on this level. And so for us, it's about finding out how does the UI work, the different focal lengths. Like you don't want to be looking at something up close and then having to switch very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, do simple menus become impossible in this sort of environment?
Yeah, I mean, we have to think about it differently. I mean, you don't want to be pulling down menus and having things
I mean,
all over
this
the screen you
gameplay
have
is
to
pretty
interact with. It really
entertaining.
has to be seamless, fluid. Our goal
Yeah.
is
I wish they
actually
had like really cool.
to put you there
I don't
to
know.
have
Maybe
that
because
sense of
we're
presence
so
and
used
immersion
to
and make you feel like you're in the cockpit and to be really in the moment with you, your teammates,
we're just so
fighting each
used
other.
to
So I mean, everything
we've
from
seen in the-
how you
the
use
other,
cover in VR
presenters do it.
and
Yeah.
tactics that you would use as a team, it's all different. I mean,
This isn't really
that's
bad,
station
it's
there,
just the others
in a
were
real
way
match,
too
you could
good.
go all the way under and around and up above to use that as cover.
Oh, I
come out
did
on the
that.
other
That
side.
freaked me right the hell out. Yeah. And this is a pretty big endeavor to embark upon with
so
the technology
I'm
that's
gonna
not
switch over
widely
to the
adopted
YouTube
yet.
one.
I mean, what is CCP's
Sorry,
long-term
guys.
view?
Cut that out a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Refresh. Let's go.
On VR?
We are obviously, very, very big into VR. We think it's
a better looking
one of the
stream,
future directions
but,
that gaming's going, especially on the PC platform. So I mean, we believe in it a lot. I mean,
Audio's still a little shitty.
At CCP for a long time, we've sort of said, internally we want to make games more meaningful, right? And we had to qualify that a lot before VR came along. People kind of thought we were crazy. Now the VR is here, and we can kind of do things that we've always dreamed of doing in games, in virtual reality. We don't
So you're
really
switching
have to,
over the XSplit thing to
very
the
exciting.
YouTube now?
Is the goal
Yeah, I'm just gonna
eventually to sort of combine this
switch over to
with
that stream
the
because
Eve
it's a much
experience?
smoother stream.
For us, we see EVE Online and EVE Valkyrie as very separate experiences. I mean, this game is really all about, getting you into the
much
cockpit,
smoother
getting you out,
stream,
getting you
sounds
into
a lot
combat.
better.
It's multiplayer, competitive.
I don't know why they just
space
didn't
combat.
just stream it there in the first
it's
place.
very different than EVE, and they work very, very separately from one another. You know, Eve has combat and has intense moments, as anybody who's been, you know, gate camped knows.
Oh yes, this
but
guy.
it's also, you know, it's a lot
I hear,
more too about, you know, the metagame, the politics,
the guy that
the
made
corporations.
Daisy.
This is just
He
totally
actually,
about the thrill
yeah,
and the intensity of
I
combat.
hear that guy.
And for any of you who have
I
not gotten the
think
chance to try
I heard
it,
something
I
about him. He
strongly
actually
recommend you
almost
give it a shot.
starved to
It
death
is
once.
Absolutely
insane,
and that's
intense
how
experience, and I can't
he
wait to
got
see
that
it
amount
in
of
full form.
realism.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
in
Thanks
the
for having me
game.
out. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's see.
Our very next guest is one of the creators of a game called DayZ. Oh, revered. He worked on DayZ for quite a while before departing to create his own studio and his upcoming project. So please join me in welcoming Dean Hall from RocketWorks. Dean!
Yeah, this is a much better stream.
Welcome to the show, Dean.
Cheers.
Now, Dean, I want to start right away by talking about early access. You're one of the people with the biggest range of experience with early access.
As far as I'm concerned, I think
What do you feel
YouTube
like the
is a
status of it
superior
is right
streaming platform
Well, I guess
to
so.
Twitch.
I kind of have mixed feelings in some ways.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it's given us
Twitch is
games
good.
like
It has a
Kerbal
nice
Space
interface
Program,
and browsing.
Prison Architect.
I
but
like having it
It
on
also
both.
has its challenges, both for consumers and developers.
Right.
And I mean, I think Valve's refund program has helped a bit with maybe perceptions and stuff like that, but it's challenging
you've
as a
heard of
developer,
the
particularly
Steam
when your
refund,
game gets really
refund
popular.
program?
Oh yeah,
Now,
that.
that
I
seems sort
actually
of paradoxical. I feel like most
refunded
people would say, oh, it's great to be
a
popular.
few
What was the strain that you were
games. I refunded
I mean, one of the
Braid, I
advantages
think
of
it
early
was.
access is, like with Kerbal Space Program,
It's
scope
weird
was
though,
allowed
because
to get
Braid
bigger.
is still in my
But if
inventory.
your game gets really popular and you're continually redefining your scope, then you kind of lose perspective of your roadmap. And I think that's why I feel the roadmap's super important.
Yeah, and what exactly would that constitute? Like, if you were working on another early access project, how would you want to communicate it outwardly to the consumer?
Well, I played a game called Neo Scavenger, and hopefully people know it, it's PC Gamer, so it had a really great roadmap that told you like what stuff was completed, and I think that was something I learned as being super important, because otherwise people don't have a picture of where your game's at.
So with your upcoming game, Ion, let's take a look at some of the trailer footage, and I want to know what, in your eyes, is the first big target.
They
for a
showed us
project
earlier,
this ambitious?
like yesterday.
Well, I think I think actually a great
sure how I feel
game
about
is
it.
more about what you don't put in than what
I
you
was
do.
hoping to show
So,
some Daisy.
I
They
guess
showed
in some ways it's
some
easier
Daisy
to
things,
describe
but
what this isn't. You know, it's
okay,
not
that's
Star
a
Citizen,
human
it's not
wrapped in
Elite,
plastic.
It's not Eve. We wanted to look
Oh,
at
have you
what happens
seen,
inside the stations. So we're using a more Diablo-style camera. It's based on a game that I
this trailer
absolutely
before?
love called Space Station 13.
I have not
Has anyone
seen
played
Ion
Space Station 13 out
trailer
there?
before,
Yeah, look
but
at that.
You
So,
and you and you.
honk,
Yes.
honk,
it
honk,
looks
honk.
interesting.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of where I come from with that.
Yeah, I'm actually curious with Ion. I mean, this sort of footage, it sort of hints to the gameplay, but if I open up Ion, what am I literally seeing and literally doing in the game in those early steps?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to give people an opportunity to see what it's like to be a pioneer and go around the stations. So we're sort of stitching together these regions and then allowing players to have their own region and then walk around the region. So yeah, I mean, we wanted to get back from that first-person view and actually get back into that Diablo-style view. So it becomes more about what you're doing in the game.
So is it not a 3D environment, or is it like 2D
It is
with like a Z
no,
plane?
it's a 3D environment. It's
Okay.
not true isometric, but yeah, offset camera.
So, I mean, I know that there's a lot of ambition going into this project, and there's some people that feel like you abandoned the DayZ project. It had such an huge, ambitious scope. I mean, it pretty much spawned the zombie survival genre, and then you departed. I know a lot of people were upset. I mean, I think even on your Twitter it said that you're going to block people who talk about DayZ.
I did for a while, yeah.
Nice.
I didn't, though, yeah. That's kind of stupid.
Well, now you can mute them. I'm kidding. Please tweet at me, at Day9TV. Now, well, I'm curious how, with that stigma, how you try to shirk that and
I
deal
feel
with
like
that when you're
stopping
working on
this
next
whole
project.
stream and just
Yeah,
go
I
play
think
Gears of War.
a lot of it comes down
Exactly.
to learning the lessons, and I think that when I first came up with
so
DayZ, it was an
boring.
accident. I mean, it was a mod
I
that
wanna
I
go play
thought
Gears of War.
maybe 50 people would play, but
Okay, seriously
a lot
though,
of
no
people
one's
played
watching
it.
right now.
And when,
we have
when I
two
first looked
people
at what
watching.
to do, I realized I didn't have the
watching.
resources.
So that
And
means
I
that-
apologize.
And
who
I
knew
am
had
one
the
of
ability to
them.
make the game.
Oh man! So
and I
one
stayed a lot
person.
longer than I'd originally
Whoever's
intended.
out there.
But, you know, Ion is
Well,
an
they must-
example
they
of a
keep
game
watching, so they
that
must
I've,
like what we're
I've
doing.
always wanted to make.
I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah,
AFK.
so it's a challenge, and I think
They're
really it's
probably
now about me
AFK.
proving that I have learned lessons
I don't
and that,
know.
yeah, we deliver on stuff.
Hey,
So,
other guy watching,
What
can
do
you say
expect
something in
to be,
chat?
A timeline where we can begin
you
to
say
get our
that you're
hands on it?
alive?
What would you want that initial
Guy
prototype
or
to be?
woman,
Well,
whoever.
we're showing very little at
Someone-
the moment
yeah.
because we're very conscious that to really make early access work
Heading
and,
over there now.
and to make a decent game, we need to have more of a Besieged style approach. Who's played Besieged? Yeah, look at that. It's good, right?
I built a
and
catapult.
They made a really polished core, and I think that's exactly what early access needs. So that's what we're doing. We don't have an exact time frame for that. We've already pushed a couple of times. Yeah.
Oh man.
Now, because we only have a short time left, I have to ask.
we have a short
having
time
played
left.
DayZ, I want to
Awesome.
know for Ion, what's
Oh
the
my
best bug
gosh.
thus far?
Somebody
Oh,
in
the best bug,
Skype
yeah.
just hit me
So,
up. Let's see what this-
fairly recently,
The stuff
when you were
they're
clicking
the stuff
on
they're
another
talking
player,
about is
all
actually
their
quite interesting in
organs
this.
fell
They're
out.
talking about Daisy.
So we, yeah.
So
it's a persistent
wait, they
game. So
stopped.
when your brain fell out, you couldn't do anything. So, and
The
also
guy
your
gets
liver
sent
was
away the
kinda
second.
important.
And if a kidney falls out, you're actually okay. You have another kidney, right?
That's right. Yeah. Although all your organs fell out, so.
So you have realistic organ simulation in
Yeah,
Ion?
yeah. The technology we're using, and Probable, the
Yes,
company that I've
finally.
partnered for a joint venture in London, they've made this amazing technology that allows us to simulate all entities in the world. And I think that's what's really been able to allow us to double down on the concept.
People are trying to like.
Well, you've
add
teased a
me
lot of cool
on-
ideas. I look forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Hall.
Thanks,
with Ion.
PC Gamers.
Thank you, Dean.
PC.
He just said PC.
I'm going to
and then
step
walked
around my
away.
chair in the unusual suitcase brought from AMD.
Wait,
but I'm not
what?
entirely sure what's inside.
No, when he walked up the stage, he said
this
PC.
is now
I'm like,
time to
oh
halt
god,
fighting
it
and
is
to do
so
the first
terrible.
live demo on stage.
Oh no.
Yes, thank you for buying into that.
So bad.
The
I mean,
game
if
is going
anything,
to
we
be
can
one
just
that you
make
may have
fun
seen
of
on
how bad
Kickstarter
this
that
is.
had one
What
of the
is
best
this
Kickstarter
game
videos of all
running
time. It's a game
on?
called Strafe. Please join in welcoming from
It
Pixel
looks
Titans,
like-
Tom Glunt and Stephen Rainey.
Oh, it sounds like your stream got skipped ahead before.
Hello, welcome.
What's up, dog?
Yeah, this
Let's go
thing,
ahead
it's
and get
like,
set up over here on
this
the
game is
side
called
now.
Strafe, but it
I've
looks
seen
like
the Kickstarter video, and I want to know a little
Doom
bit about
2.
what the inspiration for Strafe is.
but with 3D models. It's like Doom 2 textures, but they're talking about how high rated and amazing it was with all the graphics, when the graphics
I mean,
are
like, well,
Doom
first let's talk
2.
about the
And
environment. My understanding is that everything in the game has a procedurally generated component to it. So in terms of the environment, is everything we're seeing procedural, or are these handcrafted rooms?
These are all handcrafted rooms. Each zone will have 40 to 50 rooms in it, filled with entrances, exits, different geometry, and secrets. And the engine kind of puts them together.
I hate
They'll unlock them,
when-
change things every time you play. Enemies have
I'm sure this
behaviors,
game is probably
so
easy
every
to
time
play
you
on any
jump in, it
computer.
should be a different experience.
I
It's
just
probably
don't,
And you talked about the idea
I just
of
don't like the
having
fact that
secrets locked in there. You talked about
programmers
the
go out
Quake
the
Doom
way to
style,
make
like
games
really
like this,
capturing
like-
that element.
Yeah, we have a bunch of
I
bumps
get that
across
it's
in the
probably
game,
fun.
tied to different events, as well
Like
as just
what?
having unique
like
levels
this game
and
straight,
very,
like you know,
different
with the
gameplay
toned down
experiences in the secret
graphics
levels.
and
So, how do you
weird,
play
you know what I'm
test this
saying?
sort of
Like, it's
procedurally
just-
generated
it's kinda
environment? I mean, do you have fears
Like,
of
Like, what's
There's
the point of
nice-
me
people
buying
re-entering
a
the same rooms
computer
again? What keeps
with
it
a
fresh?
4K monitor
by
and
all
all this
means,
other stuff, but you're giving me
we have a lot of
32-bit
scripting that will
graphics to
tell
Yeah.
the levels how to
Like,
behave,
what is
and
that
just
about?
through
Like,
playing
seriously.
I
again and again and
understand.
again,
I
we're
understand
able to
retro
find the things we like and
graphics
we don't
games,
like
like
and just
2D
work around it.
games that
In
are
terms of these
retro
monsters,
graphics, but
are they?
this, like,
Is there a
you
fixed
could have
set?
at least
Do they
worked
randomly
up
get
the
paired with the
textures.
rooms?
Like,
I'm
the
noticing this with
textures
rock
are
monsters the first
supposed
time
to
I've got a
look
chance to see 'em.
realistic in
yeah,
some things, but
well,
they're
these-
not.
This whole zone is brand new. We're
Which
showing it
doesn't
off
make
here
much
first.
sense to me.
Some of these enemies are brand new, and they all have
Like,
different
yeah, it has
behaviors.
some
They don't
nice
just see you
particle
and run after
systems,
you.
and
So,
it's
the rock
good,
monster,
but
if
it's
he
not
starts in a hiding
detailed
state, he'll
for those
aggro, and
particle
there's
systems.
like
Like,
different, I guess, waves of his behavior.
it's not how you make them; it's how
I gotta
it's how
say, I
you
love the
use
very
those
chunky
things that you make.
bullets. Each
And
bullet is clearly a rectangular prism. I mean, I know you've talked talked about the goal of being an homage to these old games, but you do have the opportunity to use more advanced technology. Where do
Like,
you
dang it, I want to
ride the
play
line between
Metro
wanting new and fresh and wanting to
2033
stick true to the old
redo
vision?
graphics.
Well, we wanted to bring, things that couldn't happen back then to the
Like,
game. So
that's
we
the
have,
kind of
all of the
graphics
blood
I
and the
feel
guts
we
in the
should
game are
see on the
persistent.
new
So every time you play,
PCs and
you just can
systems.
paint rooms red. You can, cover them with this acid. So if you actually step on the acid, you'll get hurt. So you can actually put yourself into a corner.
I mean,
and
for like a fun
these weapons,
afternoon, I
you
guess
picked
you
up
could
a
just
rocket
grab
launcher,
this game and start
and you
playing.
can't reload this.
Yeah.
These
If they
weapons
made it
power-ups.
multiplayer,
You
that'd be
empty
interesting.
them, and then they turn into
Oh, it's
a
not
different type of
multiplayer?
weapon.
It
with
looks
the
like
rocket
it could
launcher
be
can
like
do
a
like
cool
a baseball bat
multiplayer game.
melee
Yeah.
style weapon.
Like,
So
I
this
have
is
a
gun
game.
that we're about to see thrown?
Yes.
You just throw a gun at him. What the f-
So when my gun runs out of bullets, I just throw it.
Nope,
Yes,
don't shoot
there's-
him, just
when
throw
you
your
start
gun
the
at
game,
him.
You choose between a machine gun, a railgun, and a shotgun.
Okay.
And those will be your core weapons throughout the game, in which you level them up. You kind of they adapt and evolve, and you'll kind of always default
Oh
back
my
to those.
gosh,
But
there's
there'll be
another
plenty of
game.
things for you
Please
to
have
fight
it.
within the game.
Please let it have good graphics.
So of course, I got to know what is the sort of expected
I'm still
gameplay
stuck on this
like
game.
of someone who sits down to play.
Well,
I'm
you
glad
jump in,
your
you
stream is
shoot
like
stuff in
ahead
the face,
of
you
mine.
paint shit
There's
red,
another
and then you
game
die and do it
going.
over again.
Ah, okay.
So
Everyone's spamming Half-Life
Clean and
3.
elegant. You should hang out with Tripwire.
Like, why they're not?
Love this
Yeah,
guy.
like they're not saying any.
Thank
I
you
don't
so
know,
much
is
for
Valve
showcasing
even
Strafe
part of this show?
again, guys.
Valve
please check it out.
isn't
It's
part
Kickstarter
of
video.
this show.
Yeah,
It
I
is
didn't
hilarious.
see their
The persistent
logo
shooter.
anywhere.
Gentlemen,
Oh,
thank you for coming out and
Killer's
showcasing today.
Eternity. This doesn't look
Setting up the
very
next game for us as
promising.
well.
It doesn't have
So,
good
gentlemen,
graphics.
Now,
Graphics aren't everything. I
there's
want to
a
wait for the
genre of
gameplay,
game
but
that I grew
you know,
up playing in the form of things such as Fallout 1 and 2. Oh, yes. And the fact that there's a renaissance of these classic RPGs
Are you gonna
has
talk
me
about
so
Fallout
excited,
now?
has me tickled, which is why it is my absolute pleasure to
nah,
announce
this
the
is
upcoming
like
expansion
it's
to
called.
Pillars of
I can't
Eternity,
remember what it's
The
called,
White
but
March.
it looks like a new.
Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, it looks like what is it called? Hearthstone or
I write from
Hearthstone.
the White March beneath the shadow of Durgan's battery, the
The
impenetrable
graphics look that
fortress,
way
the
anyway.
last hope of my dying town. Deep within, the legendary
Pillars
White
of
Forge lies
Eternity, the
dormant,
White March. I don't
unclaimed
know
since the builder's
what.
disappearance. It stands as an
Why
immense
is everyone?
opportunity.
They didn't show any
Others have tried and
gameplay.
failed.
They just showed a trailer that was so ambiguous.
Oh.
I don't even know what the genre of the game is.
Oh man, the streamer that I was watching the stream, he stopped streaming. He stopped streaming. He's like, I'm not. Wait. Say the video was interrupted. I am reloading. Let's see. Yeah, that streamer has stopped streaming the well, it just stopped streaming. Oh well. Anything interesting happening, Ethan?
There's some guy talking about stuff.
I think we should just end.
You please.
We're just gonna end the show here because
I feel like we're trying
Yeah.
to keep this going as long as we can, and we're not
but that's
able
it's
to
just
handle
not.
this.
Yeah, it's not as exciting as the console makers
I
has done it. And
I am disappointed.
I am
That is-
very disappointed.
I am disappointed.
And I'm a PC gamer, for Christ's sake. Come on.
I know, me too. I buy all my games on Steam, and this was not the least bit interesting.
It's just, yeah, you guys can watch a pretty thing rotate on my screen here because this is terrible. I am so
Watching the
sorry.
pretty things rotate is actually pretty entertaining.
Please watch that for a little while. So
I felt like I just watched a weird seminar or something. I feel like I just went to
I don't know what to expect. This is wow.
I just closed out of the tab now, so it's over.
It's over. So yeah, so we're just gonna bring the stream to an end to give folks and the one person who's been watching. Thank you for sticking with us.
One person is still watching. That person's pro.
Yeah, we love you. I tell you what, if you contact us, I would see if I can get you a really nice, some swag from Geeks and Wires or something. Please contact us.
If you contact us, we can get you on stream and you can replace me, since clearly you're better at sticking through this stuff.
Yeah, you are.
We'll have you on stream.
For real. We love you and thank you.
Yeah,
but we're gonna have to stop the stream here.
Thanks for watching.
And definitely thanks for watching. Check out geeksandwires.com and look out for us on Twitch. There's a channel there. I think it's just called Geeks and Wires, and that's where me and Ethan we're part of the stream team there, and you're probably gonna see us playing games every now and then. We definitely probably gonna be streaming Gears of War beta very soon. I don't know if I might stream tonight or tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm gonna go do my laundry.
All right.
We'll do this at a time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna end the stream on the YouTubes.
Yeah. Let's